Traveler, who are all these people?
Friends of ours! Allow Paimon to introduce Xiangling, Guoba, and Kuqing.
Kuqing? Of the Qixing? She's
Hi.
It's not that. I'm just your typical commoner. I've never met someone as high up as the Yuheng before in my whole life.
Look at that strong body, those powerful hands, and honest eyes. This guy must be a really great chef.
So, is there something I can help you with? You've come a long way out to end up at Wangshu Inn.
Let me fill you in.
Okay. I see.
Legends claim that the Stove God once appeared at the Guili Assembly. As Wangshu Inn is the oldest extant building in this area, any historical texts from around these parts are likely to have ended up here. Is there a room in this inn for storing books? And if there is, do any of them mention the Stove God?
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here. I remember looking through an old recipe book once. I just need to remember where they're all stored. If you're happy to wait here for a few minutes, I'll go have a look right away. Oh, Traveler, there's something I need to discuss with you.
What is it? We need to pay up or something?
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here. I just wanted to ask if you had the time to make a satisfying salad for me.
A satisfying salad? What for?
Yeah, guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella, not too tall.
Shh! Don't you think he can hear you?
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, you know who I mean. The boss told me to take care of him, but this guy, let me tell you, he is one tough nut to crack. He usually turns his nose up at everything that isn't almond tofu. But the boss tells me you once made him a satisfying salad, and it all went down so well. So I was thinking, could you teach me how to make it too? That way, I'll have something else in my arsenal.
Oh, so this is for show! You guys really look after him, huh?
Well, that's life, right? You gotta look out for your own people. All right then, wait right here. I'll be just 1 minute.
Clock is ticking! 59, 58...
Sorry for the trouble, Traveler. Okay.
Here you are.
Thank you ever so much.
While Kuqing's reading her book, let's make that satisfying salad. Xiangling, what are you gonna do? I'd love to come watch too, but I don't want to get in the way, so I'll just stay here with Kuqing. Okay, shall we go then?
Go ahead and get started. I'll just watch from over here. I only need to watch you make it once to have it committed to memory.
That should do it.
All right, thanks for that. I think I've got it now.
You got all the steps down, right?
Of course. Don't forget, I am the best chef around these parts.
Let's go see what Kuqing and Xiangling are up to. Kuqing, Xiangling, we're back!
You finished cooking? Good timing. We finished our reading too.
And? Useful? Or no?
Useful. There is a passage concerning the Stove God, and it's not what we were expecting. I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the Guili Assembly. Many were settled there, where they hunted in groups, farmed the land, and made their living from what the soil yielded. When the stove god descended, one god became many, all of which were the height of children. As does a star when it descends into the world, so the stove god went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. With fire, the people at last learned to make hot food, and they dined on rice congee and cooked meat thereafter. This is a radically different account from the one given in Demystifying the Legends of Liyue, and also a conflicting one.
One god became many? Does that mean there was more than one stove god?
Taking the text at face value, that is what it says.
Went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. So did the stove god really go and teach people how to cook firsthand?
Now that's a god who truly cared for their people.
So, we've got two leads, but they contradict each other. How do we know which one to believe?
By continuing our investigation and reserving judgment for now. Thank you for this text, Yanxiao.
It's my pleasure, really. Think nothing of it. If anything, I should be thanking the traveler. Listen, you've helped me an awful lot. Not just today, but in the past, too. I want to make it up to you properly, and as it happens, things are pretty quiet here today. So I'd like to take the chance to treat you all. What do you say? Will you stay for a meal?
Wow, he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I like that. Confidence is one of the best ingredients a chef can have. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
It's hard to refuse a generous offer like that. Yes, I think we can fit this in. Yanxiao, we await your culinary creations with great anticipation.
I won't disappoint. Chase Festival is an excellent time to make a few new additions.
You think you own the place.
I'll sit here with Guoba. Lo, lo, lo. Lo, lo.
Here we are. That's everything you ordered.
It all smells amazing! I think I've met my fellow finalist! It smells beautiful!
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't particularly known for its food.
Everyone likes a good meal, whether they're staying the night or just stopping by for a bite. We call it an inn, but the fact is it's much more than that. We have to cater to all aspects of daily life to make this a true home away from home. Please enjoy your meal at your leisure. I should get back to work now.
Yanxiao, are you taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs?
Huh? You too?
Yup, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the prize. Your cooking's delicious, Yanxiao. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the final.
Huh. Interesting. All right, I'll see you there.
What was that? Some kind of power move?
No, it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yup, he's a really talented chef. His food was excellent, and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of chef that could be a match for me. I haven't had any competitive cooking experience since my cook-off with Brooke in Springvale. You're too kind. Guoba, what are you doing?
Guoba's eating the...
Those were Kuching's. How could you steal them while she wasn't looking?
Oh, my golden shrimp balls.
Huh? You ate every last one? Guoba, we've been through this. When we're with friends, you gotta be on your best behavior, okay? I'm so sorry, Kuching. I promise I'll make it up to you. What's the big deal? We can just get another plate. After all, it's Yanxiao's treat today. It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back and change the feeling of despair as your food is snatched away from right under your nose. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all three to make it work.
I have to say, now that you mention it, that is a very accurate appraisal of the situation.
I'm gonna make it up to you, Kuching. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all. Whatever it is, I'll make it for you.
I don't have high hopes for this, but equally I don't want her feeling guilty. Okay, I'll let her do this for me. If you insist, there is one dish that perhaps you could try making for me. It's an old recipe from my grandfather's notes.
No problem. May I see it?
I'll get it to you when we're back in Liyue Harbor. Traveler, have you finished eating? Before we do anything else, let's head back to Liyue Harbor. I need to fetch something.
Wonder how much longer I get something from A to B.
Luck is not on my side.
I need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's meet at Wanman Restaurant later.
Great! I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? Are you gonna do your own thing for a while, or do you want to come in and have a seat?
I actually have something to discuss with him. You go ahead. We'll join you later.
Okay, gotcha.
Traveler, come here for a moment. I need your advice on something. What do I need to do to get along with Xiangling?
Seriously? That's what's stressing you out?
What's so strange about it? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself. Paimon thought you'd never need advice from anyone about anything.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so warm and friendly with me. This time especially. And now she's desperate to do me a favor. So, is that supposed to mean... we're friends already? I'm just not used to dealing with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond to that? Oh, okay. Noted. Thank you, Traveler. I'll see you again shortly.
What's making Kuching so self-conscious? Paimon thought nobody would be able to get under her skin. Hey, we're here! Hey, grab a seat. I'm just running through my ingredients to see what I'm missing. Oh, we're gonna do this now? What is it? But this is your idea! Why you gotta dump it on Paimon? Ugh. Okay, so back at Wangshu Inn, we noticed you and Kuching were getting along pretty well. So you really like hanging out with her, huh? Yep. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around. The kind of person everyone wants to know, right? You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met Kuching, Paimon found her pretty intimidating. You think so? I remember thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her sneaking treats to Goba back at Wangshu Inn? Yeah, she's great. We know that now. We're just talking about first impressions. First impressions? Oh, okay. Hey, have you guys eaten grilled shellfish before? They can be hard to crack at first, but they taste amazing that way. We've eaten shellfish before, but I don't think we've ever tried eating them grilled. Oh, you're missing out. I'll grill some for you another time. But anyway, Kuching's like a shellfish. Maybe a little closed off at first, but once you get to know her, she's got a soft and squishy side too. Not to mention that even after her favorite food was stolen away, she was still happy looking after Guoba. I'm really grateful for that. You make a good point. You know, Xiangling's intuition for people seems really spot on. Is that why she took a liking to Kuching so quickly? All right, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab, and we still got some ham and mushrooms. I wonder what Kuching's recipe is gonna be. Huh? What was that noise? What's going on? What the? That bird is huge! Ah, it's the ladybird!
Excuse me, one shall not be addressed in such a manner. One shall be known as Adeptus, whose name, should you care to mention it, is Cloud Retainer.
Cloud Retainer? That does sound like an Adeptus name.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's enlightened words atone for the ignorant ones of her friend. A while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly that you hasten hither to partake in the Moon Chase Festival? Ah, so even the illustrious traveler has been summoned to attend the Moon Chase Festival. As expected, this year's theme stands proud against the test of public scrutiny.
The theme? You mean Feast of the Bounteous Land?
The very same. Moon Chase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients are ripe. Hence, it is a fitting time to enjoy the finest of foods. One noticed the relative pomp and ceremony with which this year's affairs are being conducted, and could not abide to stand idly by. Let it be known that one's culinary proficiency and ingenuity is uncontested in all the world. Thus does one now appear in this realm, that those who inhabit it might witness one's latest creation, a supreme cuisine machine.
A supreme cuisine what? What's a supreme cuisine machine?
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and to greet. nothing further. All shall be revealed before your very eyes when the time arrives. Traveler, you are one who has witnessed much of the culinary world. When the day comes, one would be most pleased to see you in attendance, offering your most vociferous ovations.
Oh, so we're officially invited?
That which is implicitly understood needs not be made explicit, let alone official. I shall say no more and dwell here no longer. Await my word. Be there or beware.
This bird always disappears just as quickly as she shows up. Oh, wait, not bird, Adeptus. Hey, wait! Isn't she technically an illuminated bird, though?
She seemed like someone very prestigious and very talented at cooking.
She definitely loves her food.
What are you all huddled together over here for? The Adeptus left already.
Yay! Kuching's back!
Sorry I kept you waiting, Xiangling. This is the recipe from my grandfather's notes. They're not in the best condition, so rather than bring them out of the house, I just transcribed the recipe. Unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old, usually faded, damaged, or both. Some parts are missing from this recipe, too. Do you think you'll still be able to work with it?
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Give me some time. I need to look into it.
Sorry for the trouble.
You're all here?
That voice sounds familiar.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation. I was in the area buying a few things, and I heard the disturbance, so I felt compelled to come take a look.
You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street. Whatever adeptal power that was, she certainly knows how to make an entrance.
Lady Kuching, you saw her too? Do you, have a moment? I need to discuss something with you.
What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out?
No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about, something personal. Is that okay?
A personal matter? Involving me? Surely I haven't done anything improper recently, have I?
Please, Lady Kuching? This is really important to me.
Oh, okay.
I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she say anything about... me? When I was young?
About your childhood? No, nothing at all.
What? Really? Whew. Thank goodness. I was getting really worried. Once she gets talking to people, she tends to go off on all sorts of tangents. So I was worried she might have bored you with some stories about me.
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to worry about.
Kuching, how are you not asking a bunch of questions right now? There's obviously some juicy gossip here. Aren't you curious to find out what it is?
Please, no, don't do that to me.
Of course not. Whatever it is, I'm not curious and I'm not going to ask. If Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way, nobody should make it their business to try and get it out of her. That's just basic decency, is it not?
Yes, ma'am. Paimon will never bring it up again.
Kuching, thank you. You're so kind and considerate. I've always seen that in you.
What's that got to do with... Honestly. Go on, you should be getting back now.
Oh my, you're right, I should. Okay, everyone, please excuse me. I should get back to work now. Take good care of Kuching for me.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Don't worry, Ganyu, we will.
Thanks. Hope to see you again soon.
Just ignore her.
Hey, everyone! I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Do you think the Stove God could be an Adeptus too?
Ooh, could be.
I don't want to assert either way, but it seems highly likely.
In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it. I think my master might be able to help.
Master? You mean your teacher is an Adeptus?
Uh-huh. She's over at Eugene Terrace. Come on, I'll introduce you.
As expected of my time for some culinary specialties, better and better.
Children, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Lea Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do, especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, Smaragdus Jadeite is an Adepti treasure, and the Adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yenfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yenfei, I believe you already heard of the traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess, kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strictly locked down.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves,
All of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.